This is the Sports Dynasty Podcast. I'm Trevor, and this is Juan. Oh man, you know what time it is? You know what time it is, man.
I'm too lazy to turn around because you will know exactly who this is. Bur-ROCKS.
Yes, Bur-ROCKS. But yes, you guys know what to do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Go to your Apple Podcast apps and type our names in there. We're Apple affiliates, so you can check us out there. Find us there very easily. We're also available on any other podcast platforms that you should use as well. We're there. Also, go to your phone with your mobile devices and click on and scan the QR code on the top right part of the screen, and you can download down there as well. Week 17 was very interesting.
Yes, at least the 1 o'clock hour was. I mean, one game in the 4 o'clock hour was very interesting. The rest were boring as hell.
But first, Happy New Year to you all. You know, that's not
Happy New Year to you.
I just came back from Buffalo, and of course, Tommy.
I kind of hope y'all saw the AFC East shakedown.
Oh yes,
that was fun.
Yes, I watched it. Even I was there, drunk. I watched it, and they was coming at me and say, "Oh, he's in Buffalo." Yeah, Tommy was coming at me. That's a damn. It was fun. It was a good episode. You should check it out because Juan did mention some things in the show that
I'm going to start the show with right now. Every AFC East shakedown, at least for the last 4 or 5 episodes and ongoing, we have this segment of the epic rant of the week. Could be about anything in the NFL. It doesn't have to be about a specific AFC East team. It don't be about none of the teams. Anything. And my rant of last week, or 2 days ago, was the quality of football that we watch this season specifically, because it kind of was like this in 2020 also. Whether you blame COVID, because that has a factor, of course, because people literally go missing because of it. If you want to blame just one thing that I'm blaming, and I know a lot of nerds, scientific data, loves to talk about the plethora of quarterbacks, how they really, really try to claim that it is not that hard to get a serviceable quarterback to quarterback your team for a year. They actually do say stupidity like that. Yes, the nerds do say that. The numbers in the scientific data alludes in that direction. Stupid assery, of course. So they say that, but I think this specific season kind of disproves that dumbass claim. Did you know that in the state of New York, 3 teams in the state of New York, 3, that there have been, I think, 8 different quarterbacks who've played, not started, played in the state of New York this season. Only one of those teams only played one quarterback because he's a top 5 quarterback in Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills. The other 2 dumpster fires of franchises
had 7
combined. Yes.
So Daniel Jones,
Mike Glennon,
Jake Fromm,
and there's one other person who played but didn't start. I do not know his name.
For the Giants?
Yes, I just don't know his name. But he had to sub in. I don't know why, but some bum. No, I'm lying. It's the Jets. Sorry, the four person Jets. My bad.
Jets, we had Josh Johnson.
Who had to sub in for Mike White. That's what I'm thinking
Mike White, Joe Flacco.
That's the one I forgot.
And Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, yes.
Zach Wilson. Sorry about that.
I don't know if you mentioned the great Mike White.
I did.
Okay,
Mike White.
Sure. 8
quarterbacks.
That's 7, 3 for Giants, 4 for the Jets, and 1 for Buffalo.
7 representing the 5 boroughs of New York City.
Yes.
In Long Island.
And you wonder why I call one team New Jersey and the other team Long Island.
That is disgusting.
That's just on the New York State alone. There's other teams who had multiple. Carolina has played 3 quarterbacks also.
Yes, Cam, PJ Walker, and Sam Darnold.
Washington, I think technically, if you want to count Fitzpatrick, because he played for only 5 minutes, but technically has played 3 quarterbacks also. Heineke and some dude, I have no idea.
Heineke,
who played in the Tuesday game. It was a Heineke.
I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, some bum.
Yes, that's 3. Okay, that's pretty bad. Pretty terrible.
There's more.
Oh, Baltimore, I'm pretty sure had.
Yes, they played 3.
3. It was Josh Johnson, Man, that boy gets around.
I guess so. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah, Josh Johnson.
The one who played yesterday, I forget his name.
Huntley.
The one that's almost beat Green Bay.
Tyler Huntley.
That and Lamar Jackson. This boy. Detroit. Let's play 3 quarterbacks.
I know Tyler Boyle.
Tim Boyle. Some bum, I forgot his name.
The fact that Tim Boyle is named Tim Boyle, and I didn't know, I didn't give a shit because he's a bum. So that's why I care.
Some bum, I forget his name, who got blown out. I forgot what game he played, but it was one game. Tim Boyle, I think, had COVID or something.
And Jared Goff. I think that guy I know on the team too.
There's more.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna see right now. Let me. I'm trying to.
Fun game, right?
It's a pretty fun game. Let me go with.
And that's just the one that had 3. There's multiple that had 2. Just saying.
Jimmy, the Miami had Brissett and they had Tua.
Mm-hmm. Seattle had Russell Wilson and
Geno Smith.
Thank you. 49ers had 2.
Trey Lance and Jimmy G.
Which actually played pretty well yesterday.
Cleveland had Nick Mullins, Baker Mayfield,
3,
and they had
the guy who should have been starting the last 2 months,
Case Keenum,
who they actually might be a playoff team right now if he would have played the last 2 months. But it's all Baker's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of it is, but come on, the coach has the power to bench people. Just saying,
he does.
Let me see. There's more. Pittsburgh, I think just 2. And Roethlisberger and the other bum, forget his name.
Mason bum-ass Rudolph.
That. Denver, I think, had 2 or 3. Definitely 2.
Yeah, definitely 2. Yeah.
Yeah, but you get the drift. You get it by now. Well, you literally made almost half the freaking league. That's the point I'm trying to come across.
Dallas had Cooper Rush too.
Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. See, that's what I'm saying. Just saying. Philly have Gardner Minshew and their quarterback now, Jalen Hurts. See, so like that, we can keep going on this all day. As you just said, the NFC East, literally every team played more than one quarterback. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm trying to find a list online of all the quarterbacks who played, and there's a list that goes from 1 through 41, and there more than 41 quarterbacks played this year. I think Saints had 3 also. Jameis Winston, Simeon, and what's his face? 4.
Simeon, Book, Hill, and Jameis.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting.
Vikings, as of last night, played 2. Which I have no idea who the person was. I don't even know his name.
It was some Manny and a guy named Manny, and the fact that they asked him about the other one, Kalaman, and Zimmer said,
pass. Oh, my bad. They played 3 as of last night. My bad. 3 as of last night. Sorry. My bad. But you catch my drift. You see? This is what I'm saying. The quarterback play of this season. There's more.
Atlanta played 3 quarterbacks
at the same game. At the same game. In the same game. Season is fun. It's a great game. See? That's the point. I might be spent 5 minutes naming every team, but that's how many teams have played with a quarterback. We literally named, I think, more than 10, maybe, that had 3. There's a team that had 4.
Oh, my God.
This is what I'm trying to say. I said the only teams I could think of, and top of my head, that only had 1 was Patriots, Buffalo, Tampa, right? And then after that, it starts to get hard.
The Jacksonville play every single game.
Yeah, I think he played every single game. I'm pretty sure. Cincinnati somehow.
Thank God.
Yeah, right. Thank God. It's definitely
the Chargers.
The Chargers is, I think, Los Angeles Rams too. I think both of them played this one. I'm pretty sure Bears have played every game.
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I could probably skip in the next 15 seconds because I know there's another one. Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee.
And the Raiders, I think Derek Carr played every game. I think he almost stepped out. Yesterday, Mariota took snaps, so I'm not sure if that counts.
But
it was more for like short yardage, wild card stuff. It wasn't really to play quarterback. As I'm saying, I don't know if that counts. But again, we're having too much fun with this game. We probably should have done this on before the air so we could waste all that time then. Yeah. My bad. Anyway, the point of the matter is, for the 5th time, that the quarterback play is definitely lacking. I want you to really think about this. Another small game. Who are your top 7 quarterbacks? Who are they? Right. You got the obvious ones. We got Brady. We got Rodgers. We got Allen. We got See, I already stumped. It stopped real quick after that. Who? Those are your three definites to me. Like, it's quick. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody.
Mahomes?
No. He was trash for 2.5 months.
I know. I understand.
I think he does by default get in top 7 though.
That's why I mentioned him
by default. But at top 5, no. Also, he might get there by default. But again, that also proves my point because he was a god awful for 2.5 months. He just got good, literally like 3 games ago. Just got good. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, if he's not top 1 like he has been the last 3 years, does that not prove my point? You gotta add Burrow now to somewhere in your top 7, right? You gotta add Justin Herbert in your top 7, right? So he hit 6. Mind you, those two are literally second-year quarterbacks, so that also is a little sad.
It is. Oh, my bad.
This man trying to destroy all our freaking equipment. Like I like Derek Carr somewhere, but I don't know if he's top 7.
I don't think so either. Mine is obviously Rodgers, Brady.
No, it's not just like I'm not doing it specifically for me. I'm just like throwing names out there.
I'm doing order. Yeah, mine's doing order. I'm just remembering that there. Rodgers, Brady, Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Justin Herbert, 6.
You see how you're struggling already? This is what I'm trying to say. It proves my point.
Damn.
It proves my point.
I don't want to say Kyler Murray because he missed a whole month. So I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, and he's also been trash until yesterday.
Dak's been trash. Dak's been bad
trash for like a month and a half.
Last 6 weeks. So no. Oh, damn.
You see?
That's a good question.
Do you see? That's my point. That's my whole point. The quarterback play is actually really bad. In PFF, Joe Burrow's the top-rated quarterback. That's bad. And I love him. I'm wearing his jersey right now. But him to be a top-rated quarterback, he's not the best quarterback in the NFL. But that's what they're trying to portray. And that's what I've been saying, I think, for a better part of 3 months. I think that might be the reason why the quality is lacking this year. The quarterback play is pretty damn bad. And again, there's always a plethora of reasons. Again, COVID related, it's injury related, or just plain being garbage. Sam Darnold, the Cardinals, the Carolina Panthers themselves. That's their reason why they have to play with quarterback because they can't find a good one. So that's where this is all coming from. That's why I think I'm trying to figure out. This is like is this the year where most backups played? It has to be. It might be by a mile. Okay, because of COVID-19. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, we're not supposed to be saying that, right? Oops. Oh well. Right. So that's what I was talking about, and I'm glad I got to put out names so y'all could be like, oh, I'm sure only I were like, we're doing the rock eyebrow. If y'all on YouTube, y'all see me do it right now. The rock eyebrow, looking up, thinking like, might be right.
You know what makes it worse? Who makes it worse? The Saints pay 4 QBs and only 1 game out of the playoffs.
You hear that? You hear this, right? This is what I'm trying to tell you. That's why because we've been saying this is like week 2 or 3 of the NFL season that the product is not good. This is bad. But I will give this season this. It is damn sure entertaining.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Which will now segue into week 17's recap. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was definitely entertaining. And a lot of reasons that might not relate to football itself, but it's definitely been. But you already know how the Sports Dynasty does. Let's go through our fast-forward garbage games out of the way first.
Yes.
For example, even though this game had playoff implications and it rewarded the Philadelphia Eagles with a clinched playoff spot. Congratulations, Philadelphia.
2-7 start the season, and they've won 6 of the last 8 games. Or 7 of the last 9. No, 7 of the last 9 games, and they're in the playoffs. First one, Knicks and Ronnie. Congratulations.
Which also proves my point as to why the season sucks.
Congratulations,
because that's not that good of a football team.
But hey, you win the games, and hey, the only thing you can do is get into the dance, even though you're not gonna do nothing. But hey, to say he did on his first year as a coach, can't see that man from that man at all.
So congratulations, guys. You guys, I think I actually deserve it. Y'all been through a lot this year. So I think I deserve it. I'm actually very happy for you guys. And have fun playing in Nickelodeon.
Especially how gosh.
Yeah, they are. That's gonna be the Nickelodeon game then. Because that's by far the worst team in the playoffs on both conferences. It's Philly. So they're getting it. I think I'm probably playing like Dallas or no. Ooh, I might get beat by the Rams. Well, actually, that's really interesting. Would they put the Rams in? Would they put the Saints last year? So they put them.
I mean, they put the Saints there because
they played Chicago. That's what I'm saying.
Hot garbage.
Yeah, and Philly's not hot garbage. They're actually not bad. They're actually the best rush team in the NFL. That's actually fun to watch.
I know that.
So, but they are the weakest team in the playoffs, though. I think they're gonna put them in Nickelodeon.
This the fact that's hilarious. You said that, like, put on Nickelodeon. Whatever.
Well, they're gonna put.
You're right.
Exactly what they're gonna put. They're the weakest team. Like, so how are they gonna put? They're gonna put what? Who's like? They're gonna put Kansas City Chiefs and Chargers. That's the 7th and 2nd seed right now in the AFC. They're gonna put that in Nickelodeon. Hell, no, not putting Mahomes in Nickelodeon.
That's disrespectful. I mean, you know what? Do it. They should. You know what they should do? And have his brother do commentary.
Oh my no.
His brother is so have Dyson Mahomes be on the commentary, but
they gotta put slime on him. Shoot. Jesus Christ. But again, congratulations, Philadelphia. That was bad.
That was a good one.
Congratulations, Philadelphia. This is not. I'm not being sarcastic about this. Even though I made fun of you, I kind of just read you a little bit. I actually apologize for that. I didn't mean to. I swear. But you guys, again, I'm serious. You do deserve the spot. I'm very happy I did it. It really shows the resilience of your team. You actually did buy into Nick Sirianni when he started to actually play your strengths, because for some reason he didn't want you to run the football. Hence why y'all started like 2-7, whatever your record was. So that's why. Then you actually started to play in your strengths and you started bulldozing people. Like, they put up 40 twice in this winning streak. It was fun. So congratulations, Washington. You're a dumpster fire. Remember earlier when was this on air? We talked about it was off air. Okay. But you said in the show before how owners should have a probation period, or they should be forced to sell the team. Yeah, until you do that, you will never be relevant. So
first of all,
the
fact of the matter is that your stadium is literally falling apart.
Literally falling apart.
It's literally falling apart.
They almost killed just Jalen Hurts yesterday, the fans, because of your disgusting stadium.
And the fact of the matter is there's a lot of Philly fans in there too. A lot of Philly.
Who the hell wants to support this bum ass team? Of course, there's more Philly fans,
and
it is Philly.
I'm telling you, man.
They travel.
They travel. I like Philly. Also, I think we got to speak to those guys again. Chris and Eric again.
We do got to get to Philly because I'm sure they got lots to say, and I'm sure they're very giddy.
Yeah, we're going to touch on them very soon. Shout out to those guys.
So much for fast forwarding on the WAC games, because we literally just spent about 4.5 minutes talking about this game. Well, about Philadelphia, but they deserve it. All right. This is a game we're talking about for 5 seconds, even though I really want to talk about this for more than 15 minutes. Giants and Bears, how the hell you get blown up by a Bears team? I'll never know.
By a coach that is already knowing he's going to get fired, and they play for him.
It's kind of hard. This episode is going to wind up being 3 hours straight.
You know what's more funny? I'm gonna congratulate myself, Juan, and all of our listeners, because we have done something that has probably never been done. We all, as a group, collectively, passed for more yards than the New York Giants.
We did. They got one -10, right? Something like that.
-10 net passing yards. So we passed for more than an NFL team by doing absolutely nothing.
So where's my paycheck? Where's my 5 to 6 digit paycheck? Because we literally play better than your quarterback,
and I did nothing. And we did nothing.
Just saying. We could get paid to do that too. And I bet money I wouldn't. I'll just die, get thrown in half instead.
3 points. 3 points they scored. You know what I'm saying? And then the Mara family says, we're gonna bring back Joe Judge. How? How can you bring them back with that garbage?
I don't know.
But y'all make fun of Stonewall. He had 100, man. Those 102 yards. I could wipe my ass with 102 yards. You mean to tell me that it took you that long to rush for 102 yards? Well, of course you could do that shit against the fucking Chicago Bears.
But they didn't care. They were up 14-0 in like the first 5 minutes of the game.
This team, Mike Nagy, know he's getting fired at the end of the year, but they played for him anyway. Like, what is this? This was so garbage.
It's to the point I don't know they played for him. I think it was just too easy. I remember, I almost was 2015 or 14 when the Broncos played the Jets. Do you remember when Julius Thomas called the touchdown pass? And he was like, it's too easy. It's too flipping easy. I think that's exactly what the Chicago Bears were thinking in the entire game. Literally since kickoff. I don't think I've ever seen a football team this dead in a long time. Like the Giants, it's like I haven't seen that. That team just does not want to be there.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I thought Jacksonville was bad, even though I still think they're the worst team in the NFL. But when when the Giants do stuff like this, it's kind of hard to argue. because we did argue before the air about who's the worst team. This gives him the edge. Like,
yes,
this is bad.
Yes, people actually watch this garbage.
Why would you do that to yourself? Oh my
and
God, you made me therapy.
They made the Bears look like the 06 Bears. And mind you, the Bears now are horrendous. They are a bad football team. And someone said, but before we move on, we're gonna move on.
I can't wait for next week for Black Monday. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I want to lose their job. I don't take petty. We don't take pleasure in people getting fired.
Oh, sometimes.
But it is fucking
because I know I'm gonna have some fun.
It's entertaining. It's very and a lot of content for you guys too, because that's gonna be fun.
I'm still mad that Urban Meyer didn't get fired this week. I really thought it was gonna be this week. I'm so pissed.
Damn it!
I was off by about 2 weeks or 1 week. When did he get fired?
Like 3 weeks ago.
It was 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago, bro.
No.
I think it was right before Christmas. I feel like he got fired.
Yes, you're right.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
I thought about
I
was so close.
Anyway, before we move on, this is what ties up for New York football fans. I'm gonna let you know, we may feel for you, we may roast you from time to time, but we feel for you. But here's what I'm gonna tell you. What's worse as a New York sports fan? Having your team getting destroyed by an equally or worse team that you are, or letting somebody that's owned you the last 22 years of his career get a game-winning touchdown drive on you at home yet again, letting this one man just completely say, "Hey, spread them because I'm coming in for you." Yeah, well, I don't know which is worse for you guys, especially since the Jets almost could win that game had they just not been stupid.
Yeah, they cost me money. I'm happy that you lost. It cost me money.
Well, just keep that in mind.
Yes, we're gonna get to that game a little later because there's too much that happened in that game. So we'll get there. What else is garbage? The Dolphins are garbage. So let's talk about them. So
do you remember that 7-game winning streak that they were on? They played everybody.
Didn't they not put a list of the quarterbacks they played on TV? I think they did in that game. I think. And I should take a picture of it so I can say here. I forget. But they were all bottom level quarterbacks outside Lamar Jackson in this winning streak.
7 in a row.
And I really don't like to make fun of teams that beat who they're presented to beat. But if you're gonna start repping a 7-game winning streak, it was usually good no matter what.
I mean,
start repping and act like you're good because of it.
I don't know how listen.
I mean, first time you play against a real NFL football team and you lose by 30.
No. They lost to an NFL team who is severely undermanned without
the best player.
The best player, and they beat the hell out of them.
They might have lost by 30 to the coach of the year. Because I even think about this. Because I was talking about this yesterday. Like, who's going to win coach of the year? I thought it was going to be LaFleur because he had the best record and everything. I'm like, wait. Mike Vrabel might actually win this, and he has a great case. How many games they lost? Like 2?
Since he got hurt?
Yeah, since Henry got hurt. I think it was 2. No, one was Houston. I forget the other.
Us.
Oh, New England. Yeah. So they only lost 2 games. They've won all these games, including the Rams, without Derrick Henry.
Which they took care of them convincingly.
San Francisco. Yeah. Without Derrick Henry.
Both on primetime games.
On primetime. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably and hey, if they get the number 1 seed, you go argue
they're about to get the number 1 seed, and Derrick Henry is not the only one that was getting hurt in this stretch. They just got healthy in the receiving corps. Yeah, he might be coach of the year, and I think he does deserve it over LaFleur. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I think I like Mike Vrabel, but yeah, back to the Dolphins.
I mean, it's kind of hard. Listen, what can our friends from Miami celebrate? What can they celebrate? The Marlins. I mean, they have the Heat. That's the only thing they can celebrate. So you have a 7-game winning streak, right? Hey, they're feeling good right now. They can do whatever they want to do.
What does this guy say? Unleash the Lions. What was he say? You remember what he said?
I do remember.
AFC Shakedown?
Yes. He did say something like that. The lion is what's coming out of his cage and roar. Guess what?
Yeah, back to the zoo you go.
Yeah, back to the zoo. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Get back to the zoo. What was the dude's name from Madagascar? His name Alex?
Alex the lion.
Alex the lion. Yeah, get your ass back in the freaking cage, bro. It's over.
So yeah.
Out of the playoffs you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye.
They thought they could do something there. They were like, oh, we may make the playoffs.
That's like the worst thing to me, to get teased like that.
Didn't we say that on the show too? He's like, yo, I said, Captain D, do you think it's kind of? But yeah, no, I'm gonna save that for Saturday. I'm gonna save it for Saturday.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna save it for Saturday.
Yeah, because we're all gonna laugh at him. So, what else is garbage? So much for fast forwarding. That's how much stuff that happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much stuff that's happened yesterday. Oh, this is gonna be quick. Panthers and Saints. I didn't watch not a lick of this crap. Did you? I didn't.
They played.
Exactly. Next. The Saints actually, there's one thing. The Saints actually could make the playoffs. I don't know how.
Yes, they can make the playoffs. They went.
They're the only team in the NFC that has a shot.
Yeah.
And I think San Fran is the one that will lose their spot. I don't know why.
If San Fran loses to the Rams, then they're out. And then if the Saints win, they're in.
Why?
So Philadelphia will be. Wait, didn't the Saints beat Philadelphia this year, or it'll be around? I don't remember. But Philly will go to 6 and New Orleans will go to 7.
I don't know why.
The New Orleans.
I apologize for being unprepared for this, but I asked this question this morning, so I really didn't understand it. But the NFL be having some hidden voodoo rules about tiebreakers that sometimes makes no damn sense. For example, why is the Raiders not in the playoffs right now when they just beat Indy and Indy's in the playoffs?
I believe Indy has a better. They think about it. They go by division playoff.
Yeah.
The head first.
No, they don't, because if they did, they'll be in the playoffs. There's something else that precedes it, and it usually has to do with teams have the same records. So it has to do something with the Chargers. I just don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm not a historian. I am actually a historian. I'm not in the rule books and all that, so not many people can tell you why.
I think it's division head-to-head. It's head-to-head division matchup, conference matchup.
Yes, those are like the circumstances.
But there's also points.
But there's like
points
to this too.
Points as well. How many points you score against them? It goes by that too. Especially if everything's like match together. It gets to the point where it's like, hey, points allowed against each other. Who have more points in those combined meetings, something like that.
It's stupid. Not stupid. I won't say stupid because you need to be this specific in order to really figure this stuff out. True. I'm just saying because it's weird. Like I said, because you said the Chargers beat the Raiders. Yes, that happened. But the Raiders literally just beat Indianapolis, and Indianapolis didn't play the Chargers, I think. So
no, they didn't.
So why are they out when they just beat one of those teams? You know what I'm saying? I thought it will be that the Chargers move up, and these guys will go over 7, and Indy be looking in. But why?
They have strength of schedule and the common
opponent, but that could be why. It's very possible.
The common opponents.
This is how much, and there's like 87 more rules to really do this. They have to be the specific.
Nah, if you watch, there's certain videos where they say that literally that in every single
like scenario
checked out to the point where
it's crazy how
a coin flip almost decided a playoff team. A coin flip.
Yeah. I'm fine with it though, because the Raiders do not belong in the playoffs. If they go in the playoffs, they're going to get annihilated by every team in the playoffs. So I don't want them in it. But I'm just saying, based off what happened yesterday with the Raiders beating on the Colts, which we'll get to later, because that's not a garbage game. We'll get to that later. I thought they will probably get him out. Indy goes out, but no. I'm like, okay, whatever. Which thus shows how irrelevant the Saints and Panthers game was, because we got out of that entirely. Lions and Seahawks. Seahawks put 50. Congratulations. You're still garbage and you're still going on an overhaul.
Yes,
goodbye.
Yes. So if you are a Seahawks fan, and this may have been the last time you see Russell Wilson as a Seahawk in home.
And playing good.
In
your house, yes.
So hey, if you do manage to lose him, hey, you can say, hey, we did have a Hall of Fame QB on our team, and then front office player manager push him away.
Just remember 2013, guys.
Yes, yeah. Remember that one Super Bowl that you won.
I think 2 more garbage games. The Sunday night game. Who cares?
Poor NBC. Poor NBC.
Yeah, I also talked about this in the Shakedown. Again, this had to be the worst year for NBC Sunday Night Football because they had at least 8 to 9 games that were just dreadful. It's crazy. To the point where I think Monday Night Football might have surpassed it this year for once. They actually might have better games.
I believe they have.
I think they have 2. It's crazy because tonight the game is not going to be good, but it's going to be emotional because this has been Roethlisberger's last home game. So there's gonna be emotion in this game
against his sons.
Yeah. But yeah, who cares about the game though? Packers, they clinched the first seed. They should be resting now. Oh, well, let's talk about this on air too, because we talked about this right beforehand.
Yes.
The resting part. I think Rodgers should be rested because he has
absolutely.
a quote unquote broken toe. Sure, whatever. The throws he makes, there's no way he's that injured if he's making those basket throws. But anyway, the MVP. But he needs to rest because remember, their first seed, they have nothing to play for. So if they were to rest every starter this coming week, that's 2 weeks they don't play. That's bad.
That's bad.
We've seen it mess up teams before. That's bad.
I think Aaron Rodgers should be the only one that doesn't play tomorrow. On Sunday. If he does have that toe injury, whatever. If he's not healthy %, bench him. Sit him down.
I didn't say bench him because he ain't gonna be resting on nothing. He's not.
I'm not talking about benching him. Sit him down.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't have to play because he's Aaron Rodgers. Who cares?
Yeah. Put your love in the game. The starters on offense, let them play a half, whatever. Defense.
Yeah, to me, defense, because you have been god awful garbage the last month. Your asses is playing
the whole game.
Especially if you have injuries come back. So if you got Jair Alexander come back, as Darius Smith will come back, I think they should play just to get rust off. Again, you're going to rest next week. So just to get the rust off and get your feet wet, get it back, because those guys haven't played in 3 months. So they had to get something going. Because I don't think you want your first game back without playing football for 3 months against like the Cardinals, for example, even though they'll probably beat them, but the Cardinals or Tampa Bay, or something like that. I don't think y'all want that to see Tom Brady as your first game back. I don't think that's very good.
No.
So you need to get the feet wet and get the rust off and play just because. So that's what I would do if I'm the floor. Offensive players will play maybe a half. Devontae Adams might play like a series just to play something, just to get the blood rushing or something, and he can go. Yeah, my best 2 players will barely play or not play at all. But the rest of the guys, they should be playing.
For Minnesota, this is one thing that I can say honestly, that this will be the last meeting that he'll have against Green Bay as a coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
That's what should happen.
Because I think he's finished. I think he's finished.
He might be.
He's finished. He's dropped the ball, especially this year with the team right now is. And then for me, the press conference he gave right after the game was alarming. They say, hey, do you think we'll see Kellen Mond next week? Kellen Mond, and he says, probably not. He says, well, why not? He says, because I see him every day. So that story right there,
he sucks.
He sucks, and whatever. Hey, yeah, it's been a long run. But Mike Zimmer, hey man, you made your money in the league. I seen his new young girlfriend. Good for him. Stay home. What you gotta do. But yeah, it's over for you. Minnesota done with you. It's over.
It's okay.
It's okay. It happens.
I think he'll get Jonathan Morales though.
He will. He won't be unemployed for very long.
Yeah. Jacksonville, New England. So New England put 50 on the worst team in the NFL. Number 1 pick.
Now,
cute.
Now, before you say
cool,
it's Jacksonville. Who cares? It's Jacksonville, and that's not their NFL team, right?
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. But yeah, that's not they're in the league, right? Secondly speaking, certain people should not talk about Jacksonville when certain people only scored 6 points. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not saying no names, but I'm not saying names.
I love this new rivalry we have in this division.
Yeah, I think
this division was missing a rivalry like this.
A little bit. You should cool it down a little bit.
This division had really been missing this type of rivalry for over 20 years. Sorry, it's our fault. Sorry, but it needed it. It's fun to have this type of rivalry, especially since there's more likely going to be around 3.
Yes, but
yeah, but we're not talking about New England. Who cares? They beat the shit out of the Jaguars. They're supposed to. Who cares?
Yeah,
we're gonna
they make the playoffs. They clinched the playoffs.
Yeah, they clinched that. We already knew that.
Yeah.
So whatever. We're gonna talk about the other team for a little while. Instead,
Jacksonville.
I just don't. I don't understand how a team could perform this badly.
And I'm glad again. This sort of tie back to my point from the probationary period for owners and how the owners should be held accountable for how they run their businesses. Because you know why? At the end of the day, if one team is losing money, right, the league losing money because guess what? You all have a pot. All the owners make money off each other. So if one team is
is not doing their part. Basically,
doing their part, then yes, it's a problem. That's the problem. Like for instance, how many times over the last 10 years, I'm just be honest, 10 years, you heard Jacksonville have problems with dysfunction with far as player personnel and everything going on there.
Well, they have been the worst franchise in the last 10 years. Lucky for Cleveland, they did what they did last year to take them out of it. And they've been pretty close to making playoffs too. The only thing that Cleveland has over Jacksonville when it comes to being garbage, and they did have a winless season.
Yes, the donut.
Yeah, they did have the donut. But Jacksonville has been. Now, I love how now I'm saying this loud. I can't definitively say they're the worst franchise in the last 10 years anymore.
It's gonna call Detroit.
No, they made playoffs more than once. They're not there.
But so far as dysfunction,
I think in the NFC they might be, but not overall. It's between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think it's particularly close anymore.
In the last 10 years, the New York Jets,
they've
won 10 games in 15.
Yes.
Missed the playoffs, but other than that, they've been hot garbage.
Yes.
Every single year.
Yes.
The Giants the last 10 years have been horrendous.
They have Super Bowl exactly 10 years ago. That's what's saving them.
Shit.
That's what's saving them from being there. But I think they might be bottom. They're bottom 5 though. They're bottom 5. But they got a Super Bowl and exactly 10 years ago, this season, it's been 10 years since they won the Super Bowl. That's saving them. Otherwise, they will definitely be up there. They'll be the worst.
Oh, next year, by far, you're the worst team.
Yeah, once you go to the 2022 season, it's gone. The 10-year thing is up. Yeah, you will be the worst. I think it will be the worst team in the NFC in the last 10 years. I think.
Yes.
I think so.
But Detroit made the playoffs twice in that span.
Yes, twice in that span. Because 11 was the other time they made it. Washington has made it twice. I want to say 15 in last year. Yeah. You know what's crazy? If this team never got McVay, they will be up there too. The Rams were horrific for a long time, bro.
Yeah.
If they didn't have McVay, they'll be up there.
Jeff Fisher was the epitome of terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, we go on our tangents a lot today. Anyway, like I was saying, Dan said NBA rescheduled 11 games. Jesus Christ. They really getting killed by COVID. I mean, NFL getting killed by COVID too. They just don't care. They're playing anyway. I lost my train of thought. We really be going on. Jacksonville being the worst thing that ever existed in the NFL. That you know what's funny is that they actually started off pretty promising. They made AFC Championship game real quick. In 97, I think it was. But what worries me and what scares me about this team is that they're going to ruin Trevor Lawrence, and that I'm so worried about him because I don't know if there's ever been a bigger waste of talent in terms of a team ruining that talent, maybe ever, because this kid is supposed to be the second coming of like Elway and Luck.
And if the talent is there,
talent is 100% there.
It's there.
It's obvious. You see it.
It's the stench. First of all, his first year, he had to deal with Urban Meyer and all the drama that's been going on. You think he didn't see it? You see how verbally frustrated he's getting for the conference. He's frustrated. He's like, yo, he basically said it without throwing Aaron under the bus. But he said, yo, this is bad. I didn't sign up. I mean,
technically you did, but what was he gonna do? Not take the money and go somewhere else? That doesn't really realistically happen unless you have a daddy that is associated with the NFL.
And
the
even
Mannings.
Even then, how that happened with Eli, happened with them. The chances are you're never gonna see that again. They're gonna make sure, this can't happen again. But of course, who his father was, and
older brother,
yeah, and the face of the league, and the owner, because obviously the Spanos family were just dumb. They're still dumb now, but it was pretty bad over there. So they knew. So of course that was one thing, but he couldn't do that again. They
really did get punked out by Peyton and the Manning family.
They did. They did. They did.
That's funny. And Peyton and Archie, they say, you better not rap my brother. Yes, sir.
So you better not do it.
Yo, how they got punked out of two Manning? They could have both of the Manning brothers, or one of them. because they were the second pick.
Yeah,
they could have tried to get Eli, try to get Peyton.
They could have both of them.
Yeah, they could have got one.
Oops. Anyway, but seriously, like, it's the stench of this franchise. Like, the stench of it is like, it's so bad, and it's like, before the NFL starts, they got rid of the blackout games. Before, if you didn't sell out games, they blacked your game out. They obviously don't do that anymore because it's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. They should do that.
No, it's stupid because the fact of the matter is that, let's say, the way they did it was dumb. As far as, like, especially the road teams, like, you couldn't watch road games. You could only watch if they were in a certain market. It was dumb how they did it. So stupid. But they fixed it a little bit better. But unfortunately,
that's what I'm saying. I wonder if they could use that to try to sell for their ticket more. You want to watch your bum-ass team? Get something ticket. Watch more time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
that'd be marketable. I don't know.
It's
probably gonna fail, but still, hey.
I mean, yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Back to Jacksonville.
I don't want to.
I don't want to either. It's just, to me, it's like it's beating a dead body.
Yeah, because everybody knows. I just want to put it out there that I actually really am scared for Trevor Lawrence, and I really don't want this kid to end up being a supreme bust because of his franchise. It's to the point where it makes me think about other busts they've had, and maybe it's not their fault. Maybe Blaine Gabbert wasn't that bad. It was just he was in disgusting Jacksonville. Maybe Bortles wasn't that bad. He was just in disgusting Jacksonville. It's to the point where Jalen Ramsey got out in one of the more Antonio Brown-ish ways, and it was justifiable at this point. Look at this damn franchise. He was gonna stay with this, like
same thing with Ngakoue did the same thing. Wanted to get up out of there.
Yeah, like
it's a problem when your best players don't want to be there. They all saying the same. Yo, we not here is bad. The culture here is disgusting.
It's absolutely toxic.
It's toxic. You can't do it. And then it's like, for ownership, especially for ownership, what have you done to even warrant this type of behavior that happened in your watch? You have a toxic work environment, right? How can you be a toxic work environment if you're trash? How does that make any sense to me? You guys are garbage. The franchise is garbage. Like, Jacksonville, first of all, y'all put a team in Jacksonville of all places.
Yeah, why there? Orlando's not that far away. Like, what happened? That's a real city in Florida. Like, why?
But yeah, this is whatever. I just don't get it. But we hope that just Trevor Lawrence is finds a better situation, because this is probably the worst situation out of all. You know it's bad when Mac Jones, a pro quarterback in your draft class, is going to the playoffs. 2, won 5 times as much games as you did, and is in
put 50 on your head.
Put 50 in your head,
and is nowhere near as good as you. Let's keep it real.
He's not.
Like, when in terms of like talent and like ability, you know that he's not better than you. Sorry,
he's not better than you. And
this is why this is gonna take this quote from Von Allen Sports, because he said this. He always wondered and always said, "Why would you want to be the first overall pick? Why? Like, will you get paid more? Yes, but is it worth it? Because look at what he's going through versus Mac, who is in the halfway mark of the draft, and look at the situation he's in. He's going to develop, and he's going to get a payday in 5 years.
Yeah.
If you're in this type of situation in Trevor Lawrence and you can't get better, what payday are you getting?
You'll be out the league. Well,
he'll never be out the league.
No,
but
he's no more pick. But he's no more pick.
You might be a journeyman at this rate.
Exactly, but you will be a serviceable journeyman. Saying, hey, he's good enough where we can win games with him. But then it's like, it's not fair to him. It's like saying, listen, this guy has talent. He can lead a team. Maybe a change of scenery. Maybe a change of scenery can help him. I do believe if Trevor Lawrence goes to New England, it's in New England. In the situation that he's in right now,
that team is winning like 12, 13 games, dude. Trevor Lawrence to be with McDaniels like that, dog.
Because he's good. The talent is there. We see the talent in the years he was in Clemson. We've seen it. Oh, this guy's gonna be a problem. Once in a generation talent, I believe it's there. It's just he's in the bad situation.
One of the worst situations I've seen in a long time.
But we gotta do something though.
God, this is insane because we're seeing this too often, and I feel bad for these kids. It's like wasting their potential, man. They could be so much more when some of these kids never get to be more because of suits.
Wow, that was some deep shit what you just said.
Yeah, because of suits.
It's true.
You can put that in life too, but we're not here talking about life. We're talking about football. All right, now there's another game that doesn't matter. Broncos and Chargers. Who cares? Chargers are going to be on the win to get in against the Raiders.
Actually, no. Actually, it does tie into what I want to do next. Actually,
do you, bro? Do you?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. So the Chargers did win this game. The Broncos, Vic Fangio. The fact you won these games, as much as you did, and the teams you beat over the stretches of the season. Hey, does he deserve to get another chance next year? I don't know. I don't think he'll get it, but something tells me he might get it. Whatever. The Chargers, you handle business in your division, and because with this win, we have to give out the loser award, the loser of the week. Don't you think? Like,
I know you're going with. Okay.
So the loser of the week for this week didn't even play yet. Didn't even play yet.
And next week's show is gonna be fun.
Yes.
By the way, just saying, it's gonna be a great Week 18 show, and it's gonna be awesome. Next week's show, I'm actually very excited. We're gonna do a show and we're gonna do a live show because we were supposed to give it to you last month, but I almost died. So so I couldn't do it. My bad. We're gonna do a pre-playoffs live show. I will announce that on the group. I will say this at the end of the show too. Continue, my brother.
Yes, the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, you are this week's losers of the week.
Preview for next week's show or live show. We're gonna do awards, and not just actual awards. We're gonna make up awards too. Loser of the year is going to be part of those awards. We might do two. Might do loser of the year in regular season, and then when the Super Bowl show, we'll do losers of like the playoffs. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So they're gonna be a contestant.
Yes,
for that award.
Because
and we will explain why.
Because last year during the COVID year, when the whole world was screwed up, the whole world screwed up. Everyone screwed up.
Putting a whole nice backstory.
Yeah, the whole screwed up. I like it. And the Cleveland Browns has this quarterback named Baker Mayfield, who, the number one pick from 2018. Mm-hmm. Shanahan, they won a lot more games since he's been there. They went from 0-16 to 6-9-1 or 6-9-1 to, in the third year, they've won 11 games. They won 11 games. They're playing on all cylinders now. No Odell Beckham, but it's okay. They won a playoff game.
They did.
Won a playoff game. The new coach, Kevin Stefanski, was a big upgrade from Hugh Jackson. Which how he lasted 2 years in Cleveland, I don't understand.
Because they're Cleveland.
They hired Kevin Stefanski despite the fact that Freddie Kitchens was a thing for 1 year. He was a thing for 1 year.
What a waste of a year.
Yeah, it was terrible, god awful. So Kevin Stefanski comes in, win 11 games, win a playoff game, wins Coach of the Year. So, hey, they may have promise. We the hype trains. Oh, Cleveland be a problem. Cleveland. Here comes Cleveland. They had a good draft last year, a great draft last year, a good offseason last year. Here comes Cleveland. Then they played the Kansas City Chiefs. Week one. And the game ended with a Baker Mayfield interception. Now, I personally don't think it's his fault. It was just coaching. I think at that point was bad. Kevin Stefanski, we said Kevin Stefanski here. He had one blunder. It's okay. It's what it is.
Yeah, they 100% choked that game.
Yeah. Whatever. Hey, you have a next stretch of games. They went 3-1 that game. Okay, 3-1. They're getting together. Whatever. It's all good. This is where they lost me. A game against the Minnesota Vikings. They won the game 14-7. And I'm like, I said, oh no, this is not good. Then you have a game where you are literally playing pick'ems with a division rival when, hey, it's like, hey, I could throw a pick. You could throw a pick. Russ, no, it was bad. You do four picks in the game and still lose.
Get something very important. Very important. Because I think it was in that Minnesota game. Your quarterback broke his shoulder. I believe it was that game.
Yes, it was.
That's very important to put into the story.
Yes. So everything going on. You have your quarterback.
So in between that.
Oh, by the way, he's playing with a harness.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, the game after that was Thursday against Denver, I think. And Case Keenum actually played the game and won.
17-14. Yes, that's true.
And then you proceed to make your ripped shoulder quarterback play. He winds up messing up his ribs, hence why he has a harness. And that continues on.
Yes. Then you played the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You lost 15-10 in a god-awful game, which you should have won. A lot of games you should have won, you let it away from.
Which might happen again tonight.
Yes. You played the game against the Los Angeles Chargers, in which your defense completely fell apart. And clock management doesn't seem to be your strong suit, Mr. Stefanski, because that was terrible. Horrible. That was terrible clock management.
These games aren't in order, by the way.
They're not in order.
If you haven't noticed.
They're definitely not in order. No, definitely not. I don't have time for that.
I'm done.
Then they played a game against the Detroit Lions. They won the game though, but they were so bad in that game.
Why don't I remember that?
I remember because my brother watched the game and showed me the videos. The Cleveland Browns fan base booed them off. They won the game, but they booed them, saying that this is disgraceful. You struggled against Detroit, a winless Detroit team. Whatever.
At the time.
But even after all that, there was a situation with all that. They were still in playoff contention. And they went to Foxborough.
No, you're skipping a game.
Oh, I'm saying
the game before that. They teased everybody, including their fan base, and beat the ever-loving hell out of the future AFC North champions, Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Now, continue.
And they said, oh, you know what? Hey, Cleveland comes in. And you know what? Despite not having running back, we have Darius Johnson. He's going to run the ball, and they move effectively. First quarter of that game, and they scored 7-0. That was 12.
I think he started that Denver game, right? And that was his first game in killed.
Yes, he killed. So they scored 12 minutes and 22 seconds in that game against New England when he scored, right? 7 points. I mean, you know what happened after that? You know, despite all that, you can run the football, and try to run the clock out. But no, they ended up giving up 45 unanswered points to the New England Patriots, getting absolutely embarrassed. That's why the season's over right there.
One of the funnier picks that Kyle Duggar caught against Baker Mayfield, the drive after New England answered. It was great. And that marked the beginning of the end.
Then they play, you go further down the line. They finally beat Baltimore. The same team that a year prior on Monday Night Football literally took a shit on you guys. Literally. Hey, how you finally beat them? Hey, I mean,
my guy took a potty break.
Hey, you finally beat them. Hey, finally, you can finally beat this division, whatever.
Oh, remember, this is the game where Lamar Jackson got knocked out in the first quarter.
Yes.
So they played an unprepared Tyler Huntley.
And you won the game.
And barely won the game.
By 2 games. By 2 points.
Yeah, 2 points. Yes. I guess a backup quarterback who did not know he was playing.
Yes. Then he said, oh, we're going to
won me money, though.
Hey, and they said, oh, we're going to play the Raiders. We're in the middle of the playoff push, but we're going to do this. Lose to the Raiders. Because
I also don't remember that game either. I'll be forgetting, bro.
Lost to the Raiders, and then the week after that, you lost to Packers because Baker Mayfield really forgot to play quarterback.
Merry Christmas.
You forgot to play quarterback. So now you're here today.
Literally in Christmas Day when this happened.
So now you're here today. Now you're here. Despite all that happened. Coming into Sunday, January 2nd, you're still in contention. Only thing you need is to win on Monday Night Football. All you need to do is win and whatever. And everything that happened. Bengals would, lose to Kansas City, which a lot of us thought was going to happen. The Raiders. The Colts beating the Raiders because either way Colts beating the Raiders.
Well, most people thought it was going to happen also.
It was going to happen. And the Denver Broncos somehow doing us solid and beating the Chargers. The Chargers,
that was less likely.
I mean, the Chargers are very inconsistent. So, yeah, you probably think that's going to happen, whatever. But none of it happened. None of it happened, didn't it?
None of it, literally.
None of it happened. So you end up getting eliminated by even playing the game. So now,
how you get eliminated by a day off?
How you get fired a day off, Craig? Anyway, so what makes it worse? They probably saying, "Oh, this winning that game is pointless." Oh no, it's not pointless at all. This game still has meaning, and playoff implications is still a part of it.
Not for you.
But not for you, though. Not for you, though. So you're going to tell me Ben Roethlisberger is going to play his final game in Pittsburgh, in Heinz Field, the land of ketchup. And he's going to do it against a team that he's literally spanked his entire career. Did you know that Ben Roethlisberger has, in the last, since you guys came back, I believe more than certain he's number 2 in Cleveland at home, in that building, for the most wins from a quarterback. He doesn't play for your team. He has more wins.
Number 2?
The Baker Mayfield has more wins in.
Oh, I'm about to say, I thought he was 1. It's 2.
Baker has more wins in Cleveland than Roethlisberger.
Mind you, Baker Mayfield has played less years than have fingers in one hand.
Yes.
And he already has more wins than everybody else.
Which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Saying a lot. So that man who has abused you, that's your Tom Brady who completely demolished you guys and embarrassed you as he gets. In his final game, not only had a chance to make the playoffs, is it likely he'll make the playoffs? No, of course not. Had a chance to not only,
but at least he didn't get fired on his day off.
Stick it to you, literally and figuratively. Had a chance to at least extend it one game, while you guys will be just sitting there like, damn, what happened to us? What happened to us? I tell you what happened to you guys, Cleveland. You're a bunch of frauds. Y'all were the frauds. You guys thought y'all were wolves in sheep's clothing, but you're the sheep. Put that on a t-shirt.
Bah.
yeah, you're right. Bah, because you're bad. You're bad. Terrible.
This was wonderful.
Wonderful.
This was
and
wonderful.
Because of that,
I'm talking about the segment, not you guys. You guys suck.
And because of that, the Cleveland Browns, you get the Loser of the Week award.
And our contestant.
And our contestant.
To be the loser of the year.
The Lloyd.
And I'm not going to lie, he might be the favorites. I think it might be minus 500 in the betting terms for you to get this.
This show, we said this show will be very long, but I'm not going to lie, that second we just did, I loved it.
No, it's by far my favorite.
I loved it. This is excellent.
Because we're an hour in, and I think we got to talk about 4 games.
Shit.
1, 2, 3. No, I think it might be 3. Nope, 4. Yep, 4. Whoops.
What?
The games that actually were fun to watch.
But at least you guys were entertained. I know you guys laughed a couple times, so hey, I did my job.
There is another game we didn't talk about. Shit, it's 5 because I want to make fun of Matthew Stafford because god dang, he's so garbage. My God, they barely squeak out a win against Baltimore, and oh my God, Baltimore, they should have won this game, dude. They're lucky Sony Michel isn't the trash can people thought he was, because he's been carrying this offense, him and Cooper Kupp, for the last month. Everybody sleeping on Sony Michel. I think he might have the most rush yards in December. Mind you, Jonathan Taylor exists, but I think it might be Sony Michel. He's really been the guy carrying this offense with Cooper Kupp. Stafford.
He's bad all month.
You know what?
December, yeah.
You know what I just decided? He's gonna be a contestant of Loser of the Year.
Ooh, 2 nominations already.
Yes.
But yeah,
because he's been garbage all year. He has not been good all year outside of Tampa Bay in week 3.
This just gave me an idea. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you after the show.
Okay.
And
don't forget.
We want you guys to help us too. But we're gonna post it in the group. But I have an idea that I think you guys are gonna love. It's gonna be great.
Some of the funniest turnovers. He threw a disgusting pick 6. Another disgusting pick in the middle of the field. My Jesus, they get stripped. How do you get stripped while preparing for a sack to go down? This dude literally was going down to take the sack, and he got stripped. How?
Because
he sucks. That's why. How?
Listen, they always say, listen, you can take someone out of the gutter, but you can't take the gut out of him. And now you probably wonder if that makes any sense.
I don't think he's never been this bad in Detroit, though.
It's the stench,
like, Jesus
the
Christ.
stench of Detroit just still lingers around him.
It's insane because this team is good. There are 12 wins, right? There's only 4, I think.
Yes.
They should be like 15-1 at this point. If he wasn't playing as good as he should be, Like, dude, I've seen this meme that had me dying because it's so dumb. They're talking about why Matthew Stafford gets no credit for having two of the best wide receiver prolific seasons in the last 10 years with Cooper Kupp and Calvin Johnson. As so you don't think he's getting carried by wide receivers, you asshole? You think he deserves credit? No. He doesn't know damn credit. This dude is garbage this year. Absolutely underwhelming. It's insane.
Despite all that, Cooper Kupp may break the record for receiving yards, which is still very impressive.
Very impressive. Wow. What's the record? Julio? Not Jerry Rice, sorry. I don't think it's Jerry Rice.
For the season?
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson?
It was Calvin Johnson. We just said his name. Dumbass.
Broke it against the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football.
I think Julio might be 2. I think at 18-something in like 2015 or 16, something like that.
He's so slow.
Yeah. So, and I'm not that far off, but yeah, it was Calvin Johnson 2012. But yeah, I just wanted to destroy Matthew Stafford because Jesus Christ, it's insane. Ugh. I'm atrocious. Now, for the 4 marquee games an hour later. 4 marquee games of the week 17. Let's start with the one that'll be the fastest, and I think it's going to be Raiders and Colts. Now, this is going to be quick. I'm going to run through this real quick because everybody's going to destroy Carson Wentz, and they haven't been doing it already. And does he deserve it? A little bit. But you have to keep this in mind. He was on a COVID list all week long and did not practice all week long. So how do you expect a quarterback to be prepared for a game when they haven't been preparing for it because he had COVID-19?
Especially since the game plan was we got to put the rookie in. We got to put him in because he's not going to be able to play on time. I'm pretty sure the Raiders were anticipating him to play. So, all right, fine. This should be whatever. But and they probably anticipated it. It's like, oh, so disadvantage them already. It was a win that the Raiders definitely needed.
Oh, 100% needed.
They needed because they couldn't afford to lose the game because they would have been eliminated.
Mind you, they only won by 3.
But
with I'm trying not to extend this, but there's something that bothers me at football. It's the touchdown thing. Dude, my man had a freaking thumbnail on Hunter Renfro's cleat, and that counts as down. That should have been a game-winning touchdown.
Yes, it does.
But that counts as down because he put his fingernail on the last cleat of Hunter Renfro's shoe. Are you serious?
The rule book, actually, they are very, very specific. Very specific.
That
if
sucks.
If I grab a piece of your beard hair, you consider it down by contact.
Yeah, if you fall, if you consider down by contact, yes.
Yes, and you fall for some reason, and I'm like, oh, he tripped. Like, no, he didn't trip. I slightly just took one of his things off. Just grabbed him by the thing, and yeah, I mean, it's true. Look right there. I'm like, the point is, they're very, very, very specific,
which they should be,
which is good. It's fine.
But come on, bro.
To the point where it's like, are you dead ass? Like
that's not a tackle. Like, are you kidding me? That did not have anything to do with this dude falling down. Stop it. But they wound up getting the game-winning field goal anyway, which is why I wanted to say that. Because there was like a minute and change left if he would have scored that touchdown. Indy would have had a chance to answer with over a minute left in the clock if he scored that touchdown. So that wound up screwing up Indianapolis offensively, at least, because the defense should have stopped them. Stop it. I'm always an indicator. People love this. Oh, why can't they both get the ball in overtime stuff? No, because they're a second side of the ball. And defense should have stopped them. So that's true. But my point is that wound up screwing Indy offensively to begin with, because that dumbass rule should not cost them a chance to go answer. But the defense should have stopped them. Instead, they allow Raiders to milk another minute and they kick the game-winning field goal. But the Raiders were the better team by far yesterday. It's not even close. The Raiders outplayed them. Derek Carr was absolutely masterful. Outside of this one bad turnover he had in the first half. But other than that, he was very good. That zone defense in Indy got completely shredded by Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow was so wonderful in this game. And Indy offensively was horrible. They played like they were unprepared. And that's exactly what they were. So I am one for defending Indy because I actually like Indianapolis a lot. But I think Carson Wentz deserves a little bit of an excuse for this game. This is don't go crazy. Talk about how it's Carson Wentz's fault. I'm like, is it? Yeah, because he still played like crap at the end of the day. But again, it's hard to play good when you're unprepared for a game, when you thought you were going to be missing it because of your sickness. Just saying. So yes, moving on. So you want the 4 o'clock game? Do you want Bur-ROCKS, or do you want a very entertaining game in MetLife Stadium, to say the least?
Let's go with the end of very entertaining. They've been waiting a long time. They've been waiting a long time for this, and we got to bring it to you right now. Now, for the first time in a long time, we can say that the New York Jets were part of something entertaining, whether it be the football game, which they had a dogfight against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They were, to me, actually, they play like the better team.
Yeah, they
should have won this game.
So they should have won this game. People were into it. But it seems that our old friend, Antonio Brown, is at it again.
For the final time.
Oh, yeah. Because that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now,
would you argue it should have been broken like 2 years ago? But
now, people are saying, "Oh, we shouldn't judge. We don't know what's going on." Blah 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 blah. Now the rumors they say, "Oh, that they benched him because he wouldn't have gotten his incentives and the money, and they cheated out of money." Even if that's true, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Don't care either.
I don't care.
But this is what I've heard from this morning. There was reports coming out more because the number one thing I wanted was to know why he did it. That's all I care about at this point. I want to know why it happened.
Have you seen the Instagram post after the fact? The Uber driver picked him up from it as they did because he couldn't get on the plane because he's not on the team. And why would he do that? So he took an Uber from MetLife Stadium to the hotel, to wherever he went. And the Uber driver, of course, recorded everything. Of course he could. Recorded everything, having a good time. This man is crazy. I mean, if it's mental health issue, we take it very seriously.
Of course.
Take it very seriously.
But prove it to me first.
Yes, that too. But even after all that, I don't care because Antonio Brown should have been out the league a long time ago.
According to him, and according to reports,
okay, go ahead.
He said he's too injured to play during the game. This is what he said.
Okay.
And then, according to Bruce Arians, he said, if you're hurt, then get out. So instead of just being like, you know what, I'm just going to go to the locker room, like a normal human football player, he wants to make theatrics out of it. So that's from what I heard so far when it comes to reporting. He was injured. He didn't want to play. So he said, if you're injured, go. So that probably meant just go to the locker room. I'm assuming that's what that meant. But he wanted to take things 107 steps further and got himself now permanently railroaded out of the league. Yeah.
But what he managed to do after that, to me, it's impressive because it's so unbelievable that I couldn't believe it until I seen it. This man, not only did he leave during the game and his Uber got left, he managed to record a track he put out himself. This motherfucker is still rapping. It's called Pit Is Not at the Palace. I'm thinking, oh damn, it's about to be a diss track. I said, how you man do a diss track before this game is over? How is that possible? He was just on his phone, on the GarageBand app on his phone. He probably did that shit. But
yeah,
I heard the song. It's not this track. He just rambling, and it's like garbage. So Antonio Brown, you squander your opportunity and making millions of dollars. What are we gonna do now? You can't be a rapper because actually no, I'm lying. You could be a rapper because if you allow people like 6ix9ine and people with no talent, but the people on OnlyFans with literally with no, they making money, you can too. I'm sorry that took a shot out there. I don't care, but yeah, but football's over for you, brother. You couldn't even go on ESPN. Now, Antonio Brown, if you want to join the Sports 90 podcast,
I don't mind.
We'll welcome you with open arms.
Hell yeah.
We will welcome you with open arms.
Mind.
I don't mind at all.
I'll let you have your own show, and you can say whatever the hell you want, and I ain't gonna matter of fact, I want to be next to you when you do it, so I could die laughing right next to you.
And exactly. Like
I'm gonna let you say whatever the hell you want. I don't care what you say.
I'm just gonna die laughing. But yeah, listen, if you want to join us, we welcome you with open arms. But you can't do ESPN. You can't do conventional football. Can't do anything like that. Can't do it. Sorry, it's over, bro. It's over. But
yeah. So, with that said, now there is no depth in the receiving corps that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Tom Brady lost a dear little friend.
Possibly for good.
Yeah,
possibly for good.
Despite all that, that man still threw a game-winning touchdown pass. Despite all that, because he is Tom Brady.
Imagine those fellow Jet fans at MetLife Stadium thinking we could finally do it. I mean, you have to be Brady since 15?
Yes.
Yes, since 15. He's embarrassed you guys. He's humiliated you guys. He made your quarterback see ghosts into his career. He's done a lot of things to you guys. A lot of things to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And just when you thought, hey, we could win this game, we're up by 2 scores, we can win this game, you have a chance to ice the game right then and there. It's 4th down. You're up by 4 points. You're literally inside the red zone by a large margin, like 10-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
You could have easily hit the field goal and then, hey, maybe go to overtime. Who knows? I don't hate the call because you're a 4-11 football team. Go for the win.
That's exactly what Alex said from Force 90 Basketball. He said,
I don't hate it.
What the hell do you have to lose? You suck anyway. So just go for it and go for the kill.
Go for the kill. Whatever.
Too bad you missed.
Too bad you missed.
You missed your gunshot.
And Tom Brady said, okay.
Then Tom Brady took the gun, pointed at you, and blang! Right between the eyes.
Once again. And he took your bitch after the fact.
Okay.
Again. You know what? I'm feeling good today.
It's this week, dude. Yesterday
good.
Was so wonderful.
I'm feeling
that
so
all
good
type
right
of
now.
Feelings coming out. It's
I'm
hilarious.
Feeling so good right now. I'm very lively right now. Mind you, I took an alcohol today. So if hold you probably drink a little bit.
I'm drinking non-alcoholic eggnog. That's what I've been drinking the entire time.
Yeah, so
this week was just so great.
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood. Like
so of course that happens to you guys again. And for the first time, we gave the Jets a prime slot in our podcast.
I think so.
Yes, it is. Because I know for the last 3 years we've been doing this, we never put them on time slot unless we make fun of them and laugh at them.
Which we're doing right now. But you actually played pretty well.
You played very well. There's the pieces they have there. You can see the potential there.
Which you've been saying all season.
I've been saying all season long.
They have pieces.
They have pieces there. So I'll give them credit for that. Especially when Michael Carter comes back and Corey Davis comes back. They have pieces there. To really give Zach Wilson some help. Fix the offensive line. The defense is young. The defense is young. Of course, they're going to get beat badly because they're young, but they're there. So you just got to figure out how you're going to put it together. So that's a good thing about that. At least you guys have somewhere of direction we want to go.
Yes.
Unlike the Jacksonville or the team that you share a building with.
Yeah, you've definitely been a better franchise. That's pathetic.
That's pathetic, yes.
Now, the other team. Yeah. The media is still giving Tom Brady the respect of, as long as they got him, they're going to be a Super Bowl contender.
And you know what? I get it. I understand. Tom Brady's the greatest we've ever seen.
Yes, he's the best player ever. Yes,
we've ever seen. We know this already. So you can never count that man out, especially in the playoffs. We've seen it. But I'm not gonna bite my tongue on this one. I'm like, Tom, listen, Tom Brady can't do it by himself. And this team is proving to us, especially the last couple of weeks, they ain't shit.
Nope.
They ain't shit.
They're not. Well, half of their team is in the hospital. That doesn't help, especially the receivers. They're like, don't have Mike Evans, who's completely like underwhelming. They don't have Levante David. I think he might back for the playoffs though, but they don't have Levante David. They've been flipping defensive backs in and out of the lineups literally since week 1. Literally. You know what's crazy yesterday? they're starting to cornerbacks who actually was on the COVID list right before this game, and they got cleared right before this game, and they got flown in a private jet that day to play in that game. So they weren't even prepared for this game either. And they made him play anyway.
That's incredible, NFL. NFL. I don't care
what the hell was what was we said? What the hell was this Sunday, bro? What was this?
You know what's crazy thing about it too? I pictures of it too. Snowstorm in Buffalo, and watching the game on my phone, the Jaguars game, and Niagara Falls of all places. Beautiful picture. I've tried pictures. Beautiful, snowing. That's how crazy it was. But that's Sunday. Because normally this should have been the last game of the season.
Did we talk about that game?
Yeah, we did.
Well, I don't remember that.
Because we destroyed Jacksonville.
No, I'm talking about the Bills game. Did we talk about the Bills game?
Yeah, very briefly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Buffalo's like, I don't know if I said I'm gonna say it now, because they're like the team that just loves to play to their competition. They confuse the hell out of me.
Yes.
That's so frustrating. Whatever. We'll be talking about them next week when playoffs hit.
Looking forward to it too.
Oh yeah, we did talk about them because of what you said earlier. Anyway. Yeah, I kind of want to get out this game. There's not much to say. But this time, Bay team,
it's not really that good.
I don't know.
But again, we're not fools to count out Tom Brady.
Hell no,
absolutely not.
I just think their ceiling is not Super Bowl anymore. I think their ceiling is NFC Championship game. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl with this injuries and all this turmoil and Antonio Brown basically throwing up in your locker room the way he has been. Because I'm sure this is not the only piece of antics he was doing. There's no way. So
I have to say this. The way that Antonio Brown was acting in that game was the equivalent of, you remember the episode of South Park when the Passion of the Christ, Mel Gibson went on this crazy ass rant. It just
oh no. That's all you have to say. If y'all seen that episode, you know what he's talking about.
That's the equivalent. That's what I'm gonna say. That's the equivalent. That's how bad it is. I'm like, oh my god, he's going crazy.
That's bad, dude. We got 2 games left.
Oh, we're almost there, guys. Listen,
the 2 marquee games of Sunday.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
If you guys are still listening, despite all the ridiculousness we have caused in this episode,
yeah, definitely did.
I appreciate you very much, but I think it was worth it because I think it's pretty damn funny.
It was 100% worth it. I love this. It was
great. All right, 2 games. So 4:00 or Bur-ROCKS. I'm going with 4:00. We're gonna do Bur-ROCKS for last. He deserves it.
Yes, of course. He's the main event.
Yeah. So there is a huge problem going on in Dallas because this team, offensively at the very least, has been very underwhelming.
The last 6 weeks.
Yeah, month and a half has been pretty damn bad. That first half was indeed atrocious, but they did make a nice little comeback at the end of the game in the fourth quarter, cutting the game all the way down to 3. And then ref ball happened. They should have had a chance to possibly steal this game, even though the Cardinals outplayed them in every aspect of the football field in all 3 phases. But ref ball happened. You know what I love too? I love when they show replays in the booth from Troy Aikman, right? And they actually visibly shown that there should have been a delay of game call. Literally showing it on a replay. Had the play clock in a big ass square in the bottom right hand side of your TV screen, and they showed 0, right? And you know where the ball was? In the hands of the center on the ground. And did they call it a delay of game? No. We should have sent them out of field goal range, right?
Yes.
And then it might have been the next play, actually. Chase Edmonds gets the ball on the left sideline. The ball pops out. And they ruled them. It was out of bounds or down, something like that. 1 or 2. And since the Dallas Cowboys had no timeouts, they cannot challenge the obvious fumble because he 100% fumbled the football. Damn. So Arizona is 100% escaped this game. Even though they were the better team, even though they deserved the win, and Dallas did not because you guys sucked for 3 quarters. But this refereeing stuff, man. This is the type of stuff people like to cry about. They got in the way, and now look.
Would be the only game they got in the way of last Sunday.
Oh, I don't know.
Not at all. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know what you're gonna say.
Despite all that, I don't care. Arizona is gonna be one and done anyway. I don't care.
I didn't think you're gonna attack Dallas.
Oh, I am gonna attack them too. The only way the Arizona Cardinals is gonna win a playoff game in this playoffs game if they play these guys. That's the only way. They play
which they're matched up against, by the way.
Yes. More than likely they'll play each other again in 2 weeks. More likely they'll play each other in 2 weeks. I think I'll give the Dallas Cowboys the edge in that one. Here's why. I don't trust, even though despite they play very well, despite all that, I just don't trust Cliff. I don't. This game could have easily they could have easily lost this game. But Dallas, when you play like shit for 3 quarters, you can't really blame anybody but yourselves. And another thing too, I feel bad for the defense. Despite the defense not playing they were okay yesterday, but the fact that they had to carry this team the last 6 weeks, where your offense literally does nothing, is bad. Yes.
Talking about Dallas.
Yes. Michael.
No, I'm telling them they're talking about Dallas, by
yes.
the way. I mean, just in case it wasn't clear.
Yeah. Michael Gallup lost out for ACL out for the season. That sucks.
That's bad. I felt bad. I knew it happened. The minute he grabbed his knee, where he grabbed it, like we watched football too long. I already know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, crap.
Especially, it's really bad. Especially where you're like, damn, that might have been that. Of course, we wish him the best, of course. That's a huge loss. Especially for a struggling offense right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing you need is another receiver to be going. Because CeeDee Lamb, I know you up here like CeeDee Lamb, but the drop C's a lot of the time, and Amari Cooper, you don't know what you're gonna get with him a lot of times. It is what it is.
Yeah, true. The thing is though that all 3 of those guys have different skill sets. So now you're missing the big possession receiver that can take the top off. That's Michael Gallup's skill set, and now you just lost that. Not to say that CD can't take the top off, he can, but he's not the big, strong receiver that will just jump over somebody and moss a dude. That is what Michael Gallup does. And unfortunately, you lost a big target like that. That's really detrimental, dude. Really bad. But Dak, the biggest culprit of this whole downward spiral that Dallas Cowboys have had is you. What the hell is the problem? I've said it since that Denver ass beating they took. He never completely recovered from that calf injury. And I think this whole slump, I think, confirmed that. Just saying, he hasn't been the same since.
They rushed him back.
And now, look. You guys are 4 seed now. So,
which honestly speaking, I don't think you going higher than that.
Got playing against Philadelphia, but you both clinched though, so I don't know who's gonna take this seriously or who's not. I don't know. But
I think Philly would probably take it more seriously. It's like, hey, fine, we gotta try to improve the because especially if 49ers lose, then they can get the 6th seed. So who knows?
Okay,
but they already clinched right. So there's like, okay, they're playing for nothing because they already gonna clinch it. They already win. But why are they put it on? But anyway, I'm not buying. I'm sorry. Despite all that, Dallas, and you know what's crazy? The media finally caught on. It took a couple of weeks though, but they're not messing with them. They're like, nah, they're not. It's gonna happen. And I know a specific somebody who's waiting for it to happen with his cowboy hat and his black cowboy hat, just sitting down. I'm not gonna say his name because why would I do that?
Everybody knows.
You know who he is. But
those names are not show anyway.
Yeah,
we're better than them.
Yeah, we can't wait. I'm not gonna lie to you, we can't wait. And I'm looking forward to this live show. I'm thinking about it now. I can't wait. But to me, it doesn't make a difference. Whatever. I think Dallas could beat the Cardinals the second time going around. If they mean the playoffs, I think they can beat them. If not, then
it will be a Dallas thing to do. So
yeah, and we'll just destroy you. Okay. Now for the main event. Now I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. we both picked the Chiefs to win this game.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna get blown away.
I thought they were gonna get.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know, we honest. We're gonna tell you straight up.
I thought they were gonna get blown out.
I thought they were gonna get their ass beat.
It was like, damn, the way Kansas City was playing, I'm like, oh man.
Now let me explain to you why, because this is all X's and O's. I'm explaining to you why. That offensive line, I didn't think was gonna hold up against a crazy season that Chris Jones is having since he's put into his natural position. Frank Clark coming back, was it like a week or two ago? He actually been pretty decent since he came back. So I'm like, with this line going up against those guys, I don't know how they're gonna hold up against that. And with that said, they actually played well, actually, that defensive line. Just saying. So I wasn't wrong in the sense of why I thought they were going to get blown away. And then also the Cincinnati defense was not going to hold up against Mahomes. They did not. They got destroyed. So most of the game. So those aspects were the reason why I had the game blown away. What I did not expect, and shame on me for not seeing this coming, is the surgence, the ascendance of Bur-ROCKS playing so beautifully. It was so wonderful. Everything that everybody loves about Herbert, Mahomes, and all these other rollout garbage move, Cinderella, tilt-a-whirl moves that they all love to do with the rollout and all that. He did it right in Mahomes' grill. Right in his face. He said, I could do anything you could do. I can do better. But you can't do it better than Mahomes. No one else. But he did it right there and took advantage of a really big advantage that Cincinnati had over Kansas City that I didn't see coming. It's the size, strength, and speed of those wide receivers versus their not so big cornerbacks. Did you see those receivers tower over those cornerbacks? Because I did. And it showed. Their catch point is way higher than those Kansas City corners' catch points. But the one Moss that you needed to see to prove my point was T. Higgins. When T. Higgins Moss, I think it was number 35 of the Kansas City Chiefs, way he just jumped over him and put his nutsack all over the back of his helmet and caught that ball over him like that, I'm like, oh my God. Those receivers absolutely obliterated Kansas City's defensive backs in something serious. It was real bad. If there was a game that would look like Madden, it was that. This was a game that looked just like a video game. It was insane. They just pressed the button and thank you over and over and over again. There was no answer for Jamar Chase going downfield. None. They had no answers. And you know why I'm going to destroy Kansas City and Steve Spagnuolo, that overrated defense coordinator? You know why I'm going to destroy him? Because why did you keep doing cover ones over and over and over again when you know your cornerbacks are getting absolutely obliterated? They did not adjust one time on defense. Not once. Why?
It's
why didn't they try to take out the Debo?
We just gave him credit last week.
I know, right? And that's why I don't like to give credit to people prematurely. Because this happens. Which thus shows
take it away, man.
What we said about this defense weeks ago and didn't really go over until we finally got on the pressure, with shame on us for doing. They played no one offensively for the last 2 months outside of Justin Herbert, and they got shredded in that game too. They should have actually lost that game also. The only notable team that they played was Dallas, but they didn't play any of Dallas' wide receivers after like the half of the first quarter. And no offensive line from Dallas either. Tyron Smith was not playing. So they didn't play Dallas, the real Dallas.
They play Alice.
Right? They did without the D, right? They completely take them out. And Raiders, they were just stubborn as hell and didn't want to make any defensive adjustments. Hence why the second time they lost by almost double. So that was all they played. They played Jordan Love, the Giants. What else they played?
Again, they almost lost to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's some other bum ass team. I don't remember who they played. Denver? Yeah, Denver. That was their whole streak. All teams who don't really play offense outside of the Chargers. Again, which they got shredded. If it wasn't for the most horrific defensive play calls on that 2-minute drill that Mahomes had to win the game, and the 300 fourth downs that they failed, of course, that they failed. Yeah, but the Chargers outplayed the Chiefs in that game too, but the Chiefs won.
Right.
So yeah, this defense is not as good as everybody thought it was, and I love being right. Does this mean anything in the playoffs? No. The Chiefs are still dangerous as a motherfucker. So I mean, they're definitely way better than they were 2 months ago. No question. That's not even an argument.
They probably lost themselves the 1 seed, but it'll probably be okay.
Yeah, especially since they lost the game by only 3. And to be 100% honest, I think it was absolute luck that the Bengals took the game from them anyway, because those fourth down decisions, I mean, to me, were wrong. That they should not have went for those. But when your defense is not that good and you do those stupid ass penalties,
it just happens.
Wah, wah, that's what happens.
But yeah,
that's honest. Nope, I have one thing to say.
Yes.
One thing to say, and it's not about the Bengals, but actually, no, let's talk about the Bengals. Congratulations, AFC North champions. There is not one single cell that exists in this planet that thought this was going to happen. Don't lie.
No,
don't lie. No one thought about it. And you know what? Congratulations, and I'm glad. Not because I'm a Burrow fan, because it's cool to see stuff like this.
That too, and also not too shabby for someone in his second year. Last season,
unlike somebody in the Chargers,
someone who tore his ACL, what was bad.
Oh, he's gonna be comeback player of the year.
Oh, by far.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. He's gonna be comeback player of the year. Burrow, he took it from that because that was leading that by a long margin and a halfway mark.
What's division?
Yeah,
what's division? And the second year.
Second year,
and
with the below, I won't say below average talent team, because they got a lot of talent, but they are lacking seriously in certain aspects of a team that you need to get fixed. Yes. Offensive line, secondary, linebackers, like they gotta fix those. But they're to win 10 games, maybe 11.
If they could fix that offensive line, just on that alone, that's gonna be a very scary offense.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine that in the AFC North. This is why Cleveland, back to you guys, you're the biggest low, and maybe the biggest low of the year, because guess what? You managed to not only screw yourselves over, they got to do a Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson in your division for the next 10 years.
Yeah, and Mike Tomlin. so
good luck. Good luck.
That's pathetic. Yeah. Now, let me say what I was going to say about Kansas City.
Go ahead.
There was one play that lost them the game to me. One play. And I'm going to find it really quick. I'm going to give it away. It was before halftime. So Kansas City fan might know what I'm talking about. It was right before halftime, literally. 21 seconds left in the second quarter. I wish I could tell you where this pass was, but I don't know where exactly the pass was landed at. But I can tell you that it was in range. That I know. Second quarter, 21 seconds left at Kansas City 24. 2nd and 2. Mahomes throws a bomb. And I mean bomb. It had to be at least at the 20-yard line. It was deep as F to Tyreek Hill, and he had daylight to score a touchdown, which would have made this game 35-17. And guess what the guy does? He dropped it. Wide open. He was wide open. There was no resistance. If anything, he had to come back a little bit for the ball. And if it was like a punt, like it was to catch a punt, he literally tried to catch it like that. Dude dropped the wide open. This had to be at the very least a 60 to 65-yard bomb. 21 seconds left. And if I'm not mistaken, they would have had 2 timeouts too, Kansas City. Dropped the ball wide open. Now, if you guys been listening to the show for the last 2 years, right? You know Tyreek Hill is arguably the most overrated player in the league to me. I never understood why people think he's so good when he's not. And yet things like this keep happening, though, and they still think he's a top receiver. Why the hell? why that play lost them the game. They would have won the game. Cincinnati was not coming back from 35-17 deficit. Not happening. They win game over. Shoot, maybe even just 31. Maybe they got the field goal only. You lost by 3. And I listened to a little bit of the media today during work, and no one mentioned this. See the type of shit I'm talking about in the media? No one mentioned this. They don't want to talk about him like if he's perfect, right? I'm talking about Tyreek Hill's bum ass. That was bad.
I just feel like let's just say what you gotta say because
that was bad.
Because we've been saying this for years.
He's not that good. I don't understand it. One trick pony, bro. Like he has like 100-some reception, I think, this year. When did he get all these freaking catches? When? I mean, they're empty. Who cares? Because your offense has been garbage again for the better part of the season. So who cares? But those are empty stats. But still, what is the infatuation of this guy? I don't get it. He's never been that good, and he will never be that good. I just don't understand why they really try to compare him to people like Devontae Adams, who's a real number one, like the Andre Hopkins. They really put him in that pedestal. Yai, never. I can guarantee you this: they would have caught that ball. Just saying. Well, yeah, that was the moment when I'm like, oh my god, since he might take this game. I said they actually just still in it. I thought the minute I seen him wide open, I thought it was over. They lost. Like that's it. He dropped them. Oh, they have a shot because since he had more than half, so they would have cut it to one score, which they wound up doing. So I'm like, they have a chance. And of course, I always said other funny, hilarious things that I can't say on camera. But yeah, I don't understand the infatuation with this dude. And I don't understand why people are not mentioning this play. This play was just as big as any play in the game. Like one play I mentioned in the AFC shakedown was Christian Barmore's offsides penalty on 4th and fucking 7 that no one talked about. That play was huge. I think that was also before halftime, and Buffalo wound up scoring right after that because of that stupid ass penalty. People don't I don't understand. Like they get paid so much money to do all this media stuff. Yeah, they don't mention important plays like this. Like this was huge.
We'll talk about that because it's actually going to have a play for that too. But the show's been on for like an hour.
Yeah, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. Hey, so what? People, I always listen to 2-hour podcasts, so that's I love.
True indeed.
And we're wonderful. This show is actually amazing. It's funny as hell.
This is incredible. I enjoyed every bit of it. It just you didn't know what was going to happen today. You didn't know what was going to happen today, and this is fun. I enjoy this very much so, and you will too. But make sure, you can enjoy us all the time you want by just going to your Apple Podcast app, type our names in, and you can get all of our information there. All of our stuff is there. Every single last episode. You also find on any other podcast platform you also choose to use. If you have an iPhone or any phone or any mobile device, go to your right-hand side of the corner and you scan us there, and we're right there as well. Have an idea for this live show. Have an idea. We're posting in the group probably like tomorrow. But I think you're gonna love this. This might be our best one. I love this. I can't wait. Peace, loving that. Peace, loving applesauce. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Bur-ROCKS.